And we're back. I think.
And maybe I'll survive tomorrow, too. So,
Keep going! Damn you.
as soon as it becomes apparent that I'm not going to suddenly keel over, Emmy takes over on her sprints. I don't know how the hell she can manage to sprint after running a mile, but I guess she's in much better shape than me. Once again, as I walk around the track, I can't help watching Emmy sprint. It's weird, but whenever it goes into a specific drawing of her, she looks like she's 8. It's really not okay. It's weird, but she's like a different person when she's pushing herself. Last time I noticed her eyes, but this time it's her mouth that catches my attention. She's not wearing her normal grin. She's still smiling, but there's a tightness to it.
Why do I think we've done this before?
We haven't. It's almost grim, like she's fighting a losing battle but doesn't care. She seems to be running harder, like she did yesterday.
Hey, she can be in the Olympics.
Sweat has started to pour down her face, but she keeps going. Her mouth finally opens as she can no longer get enough air through her nose. As she passes me once more, legs pumping, arms swinging in time, and her lips slightly parted, she looks beautiful.
Beautiful guy.
Beautiful!
Damn this guy.
Swoon. As we've both taken some laps around the track to cool down, Emmy changes back to her usual self. The transformation I saw in her is gone.
It's gone. Where did it go?
Oh god, how do I do voices?
Oh,
it's been so long!
It's been a month and a half.
Actually, to YouTube, it's probably been like 1 day.
Oh, this isn't gonna go up till like the end of August, I bet you.
Not bad today, Hisao. There's almost admiration in her voice. What do you mean? I would have stopped if you hadn't yelled at me. Emmy colors a little, seemingly embarrassed about her outburst. I don't remember, was there an outburst? Fuck. Sorry about that. I can't stand to see people giving up. Especially about something like this.
Like what?
Saying I can't go on is silly when you're obviously going on while you're saying it. That's what this is all about.
I don't understand.
Well, that was about running. What? Saying silly things?
I stop and then I say I can't go on, so I'm still continuing.
No, I think you were running while you said it.
God damn this bitch.
Emmy sticks her tongue out at me.
That one
Idiot!
guy who
I mean, showing that you're alive.
That one guy who commented doesn't like me calling people bitches. I'm putting you on Do Not Disturb. Yep, you all saw that.
Showing I'm alive, huh? I didn't know how to be so painful.
Painful.
So emo! But it does feel pretty good despite that. Besides, this is one of the hardest days.
The hardest days?
What do you mean? Whenever you start a workout, it's difficult the first day, really hard the second day, and then the third day is easier. You'll still get days that are really hard, but they'll pop up less and less.
That's what happens when you get old.
So this will eventually get really easy, huh? Yeah, of course.
That happens too, to women.
But then you have to increase the difficulty or you'll never get ahead. You'll just get complacent and you'll lose sense of the accomplishment.
I think that these writers have a lot of innuendo hidden in here.
Actually, I think you're just retarded. So I'll have to run more than 4 laps, huh? Yep. But not for a while. You'll have to be careful, you know. A thought strikes Emmy and her face lights up.
Like a light bulb. Boop.
Got it. Got what?
Milk.
You can come with me to see the nurse. That way you won't fall over dead or anything. How charming.
So true.
When? Right now, of course. You need a shower and everything, right? We don't have that much time then. Grabbing my hand, she's off, pulling me along with her.
Why do I think... I thought this was, like, evening.
No, it's early morning. You wake up at like 5.
Oh, the evening scene was right before that. Okay.
What?
And it's gone.
Is it actually?
No, it's there. We're all good.
Okay. My goodness, you're in a hurry today, aren't you, Emmy? I don't care what his voice was, that's his new voice. I have no idea how we got to the nurse's office so fast, but here we are.
You got knocked out unconscious, and now you're reawakened.
The nurse grins at Emmy and seems to completely ignore me.
Ooh, I see that. I see what's going on here.
You've got plenty of time to take a shower and get to class, you know.
She's sleeping with the nurse.
False.
I know it. She's sleeping with the nurse.
There's no need to run through the hallways like that. I can hear you coming a mile away.
Yeah, because metal feet on tile. Kind of
Yeah.
loud.
I think they're plastic.
No,
But-
they're metal.
They're plastic and metal. Somehow it doesn't seem like he's actually scolding Emmy at all. It's like there's a sort of routine between the two of them. Emmy does a passable imitation of remorse. I'm sorry, I won't do it ever again. The nurse and Emmy both laugh at some private joke. Lemons.
Private joke. Man.
Suddenly, it seems that he notices me. Ah, hello, Hisao.
What you doing here, boy?
What brings you here? Well, I've been... Hisao's officially joined me on my morning runs.
That bitch.
I start to explain, but Emmy cut me off.
That bitch.
I thought he might need to visit you so that he doesn't die or anything. The nurse raises his eyebrows in mock horror. Yes, that would certainly put me out of job fast, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Oh, no. Well then, Hisao, let's have a look at you.
Sure.
Lift up your shirt, would you?
I was right.
I'm suddenly very conscious of the fact that Emmy's in the room with me and blush in spite of myself. Not very manly of you, Hisao. Need to play more Warhammer Space Marine.
What was that up? What?
The nurse seems to sense my discomfort. It only seems to amuse him.
It's like saying Liam's more manly because he plays Warhammer Space Marine.
You don't know.
True.
A bit shy, are we? He makes an apologetic bow to Emmy. Sorry, Emmy. I tried to get you a free show, but it doesn't seem to have worked.
What?
Emmy stiffens slightly and fires a look of annoyance at him. You're an asshole.
Oh.
Emmy bows to me apologetically. I'll wait outside, okay, Hisao?
I don't understand this. Was she talking to me or him?
I begin to stammer that it's not really a big deal, that she doesn't have to leave, but she's already out the door and the nurse is laughing as she watches her go. Still got it!
Excuse me?
I don't know.
He's
his
got the
voice.
ability to make women leave.
Yes.
Oh, that's quite easy.
I don't follow. Good, I don't either. He laughs again like he's in on some joke that's over my head. I can still get her flustered. It's a competition of sorts we've had going on for a while now.
Get her flustered.
That sounds incredibly sinister to me, and it seems as if the nurse realizes that too. That sounded a lot worse than it actually is, come to think of it. I wasn't gonna say anything. No, you're right. I should fill you in so you don't get the wrong idea.
Excuse me now.
I'm actually relatively new here, you see. I got hired on the same year Emmy started going here. Before that, I worked with Emmy during her initial rehab following her accident.
Accident?
Hold on, what? We had to amputate her legs after a really nasty car wreck. Nearly killed her and succeeded... He shuts up abruptly. I blink at receiving this unexpected piece of news. Well, that's not my place to say. Anyway, we've known each other for quite a while.
Wait. Why does
So we have a
he
slightly
say
more
we?
familiar relationship than is strictly professional.
Why does he say we?
He seems embarrassed, like he's done something stupid.
Not helpful.
I guess he's really worried about that. I wave a hand to let him know it's not a big deal. Don't worry, sir. I promise I'm going to be discreet.
Extremely discreet. I'm not about to leave the room and yell it at her.
I've been wondering about what caused Emmy to lose her legs, and that was one of the scenarios I thought of. There are only so many ways that it could have happened, but actually hearing about the facts, it's still a little shocking.
Yep.
Well, thanks. You're a good kid, Hisao. I can see why Emmy became friends with you. She's quite indomitable, you know. What do you mean? You didn't see her learning to walk. She'd go for so much longer than the others in the hospital. She refused to quit. Normally it takes years to get to a point where you can even think about running again. Emmy did it all in about a year.
It's not as difficult as you think.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
He almost seems proud of her, like a father who watches his daughter win a competition or something. Hell, she'd probably have done it faster if not for the fact that we wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
Let her?
Sure.
Why not? Because she'd go for so long that her legs would start bleeding where they met her prosthetics.
Oh, that's why
Real
they
concern.
have to do that.
That's why she comes by every day after she runs.
Okay.
To say nothing of the risk of infection of her legs To say nothing of the risk of infection if her legs get cut up and her prosthetics are dirty.
Oh, no. Not
But
really.
enough of that.
That's not how that works.
If we don't get you on your way soon, Emmy will think we're up to something. As he says this, he gives a wink and begins checking my heartbeat. Ugh. The stethoscope is way too cold.
So cold!
He really should have heated it up or something before he used it. After a few moments, he leans back, satisfied.
I don't understand. Why do you heat up a stethoscope?
So that it wouldn't be cold.
But it's just...
Darp! Well, you sound pretty good to me, Sal. You have any chest pains while you were running, did you? No, not really. I had some trouble catching my breath, though, and my heart was racing by the end, too. The nurse frowns as I say this, but then shrugs. It's probably just because you're out of shape. If you don't improve, then you should let me know, okay? Don't push yourself too much. And of course, if you have any chest pains, come to me immediately, right?
Sure.
I put my shirt back on, and the nurse leans out of the doorway to call in Emmy.
She back.
Yawning. What took you so long? Now I'm gonna be late.
Very late.
The nurse gives me a significant look. I was just seducing Sal, that's all.
Seducing.
What? Come on, what have I told you about seducing my friends?
What?
I expected Emmy to be shocked by this, but instead she seems merely annoyed, scolding the nurse as if you were a child stealing cookies.
I'd expect that.
Or rather, stealing you from her. Meanwhile, I try hard not to blush at the nurse's innuendo. I'll try not to do it again, though I fear young Sal may be lost to the female gender forever.
Wait a minute. The nurse is gay. I know it. I know it.
You can continue now.
The nurse is gay.
Continue. Not fucking likely.
That's freaking.
Close enough.
Not really. You kind of stepped that up a notch. What the hell?
I didn't mean to say that out loud, but both the nurse and Emmy regard me for a moment before bursting into laughter again. Told you it was funny, didn't I?
I'm behind. I'm way
Yes,
behind.
Emmy does talk to the nurse about a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Well, Sal, you should probably get moving. You still need a shower before class starts, don't you? Shit, he's got a point. It looks like I've only got a half hour.
God damn it, stop stepping up his language. Sarah's a good kid. Do not poison him.
Thanks for your time. I'll see you later, Emmy.
Poisoning him, why don't you?
No, I think that was the nurse. I dash out of the room as the nurse begins to remove Emmy's prosthetics. As I head down the hallway, I can just barely hear his voice drifting after me. Emmy, you've got to be more careful.
I thought we was going to talk to Sal.
Emmy, you've got to be more...
What are you doing?
That's his voice drifting.
It's just stupid.
I make it back to my room and shower in record time. It occurs to me that I have already been up for 4 hours and class hasn't even started yet. Alright, either you getting up way too early, or...
Class starts way too
You
late.
didn't sleep last night, did you?
No, he did. But
He didn't, he sort of did.
he slept on the bleachers.
It's gonna be a really, really long day. No, but I'm fall asleep in class.
Yesterday was a really, really long day. Oh my god.
Was that the festival day?
No. 9 hours of Batman.
I thought you were talking about...
Trilogy. God damn this shit.
We were there for 10 hours because we got there an hour early.
Well, 5 to 3.
The morning sunlight
Yeah.
streaming through my window wakes me up instead of my alarm, and I realize that it must be Sunday.
What?
Emmy has kindly deigned to give me weekends off from our morning runs.
Oh, that's right. They have school on Saturdays.
I don't actually know if I woke up at all yesterday or if I just slept through the entire day. My legs groan in protest as I lever myself out of bed. All this running is really taken out of me.
Yay, we're skipping school.
Still, I can't deny that Emmy wasn't lying to me. It has gotten a little easier. I'd been worried that the runs would start to wear on my nerves, but thus far I haven't minded them that much. Well, it's only been a week. I suppose there's plenty of time for me to start dreading the sound of my alarm in the morning. Not that I could ever skip out now. As Emmy said, it's harder to stop a routine when there's another person. And frankly, I don't think I'm equipped to deal with the disappointed Emmy.
Oh,
Yeah,
no
you
one is.
kind of broke down last time she gave you puppy dog eyes. She probably gave me those puppy dog eyes, and I feel terrible about myself. Words. This reminds me, wasn't I supposed to be somewhere today?
Whoa, what the fuck?
Hey, you're coming to my track meet on Sunday, right?
The fuck?
What am I talking about? Of course you are.
Why are you talking so weirdly?
Because it's a flashback.
She's just stupid.
Right?
Those aren't the puppy dog's eyes.
This puppy dog eyes again. Close enough.
Those aren't them.
Of course I'm going. Oh,
For toing.
I owe you, right?
Oh, you for what?
Exactly.
It sounded,
So don't forget, okay?
I hate you so much.
I'm doing flashback voice.
Oh, it was so painful.
Crap, Emmy's trackmate. Better get a move on if I don't want to miss her running, since she's the only reason I've ever considered going.
Wouldn't that be in the afternoon?
Nope.
That's just,
Otherwise, it would defeat the whole purpose of going.
ugh.
People!
Yeah, because the track meet is so popular.
And so, I soon find myself completely surrounded, quite suddenly surrounded, by a crowd of people, all turning out to see their track team compete with another school like this one. I'll admit it, it's almost comforting to know that we're not the only school like this. After you see that there can be 2 schools with a bunch of defective kids, you stop feeling so defective. You also stop feeling unique, which in most cases would be a bad thing, but in this case it sure as hell isn't.
No.
That's part of Yamaku's appeal, I guess. Learn that you're not unique, learn that there's a lot of others who would kill to be saddled with your problem instead of whatever they're dealing with. Some of the kids here aren't here because they're missing a leg or they have a heart condition. Some of them might be here because they're as good as dead in 2, maybe 3 years if they're lucky. And that's only if they get the right sort of care. It's a bitter sort of comfort to be able to say, well, at least I've got a chance of being alive through college, but there it is.
That was depressing, and now I can't tell my
This game is depressing, okay?
Now I can't tell
It's
my
a game about
joke.
disabilities, what did you expect?
One
I'm brought out of my
jokes.
rather morbid musings by the appearance of Rin near the entrance to the bleachers.
God damn this homeless chick.
You came. I'll distract a little bit.
That's what she said.
Of course, I said I would, didn't I? That doesn't necessarily imply that you had to follow through. Lots of people say things and don't mean them. Well, I don't.
Bad lies, all of it.
Rin shrugs. Seemingly bored with our conversation, she turns on her heel and heads back towards the sands. I owe Emmy money now.
What?
Why is that? I didn't think you'd show up. Emmy did.
Why do
So
they
I owe
bet
her
on
500 yen.
They always bet on him. Always.
You do bet an awful lot, don't you? Another shrug from my armless companion. I don't think so. Rin, you have a problem. We need to talk about it. Now, it might be shocking. And there's no good way to say this. But you have no arms.
What?
Enter the bleachers and Rin nods upwards.
Can you like?
There. I came out to see if you'd come. For the bet, I presume. Rin leads the way, and as soon as we settle down on an Rin leads the way, and soon we settle down on an almost empty bench.
What the fuck is this?
It's an older woman sitting next to Rin. Someone's mother, I assume.